Non-conformance reporting, initiating, processing, and managing non-conforming product. A non-conformance is a product or process that does not meet specified requirements. Specified requirements are expressed, documented, or implied physical and/or functional needs or parameters that a particular product, process, or service is measured against or must conform to. Let's take a look at some useful definitions. Root cause: an event or series of events, process, that prove to be the catalyst for a nonconformity such that if any of the events are not fully realized, the nonconformity is likely not to occur. Management Review Board: an individual or group responsible for providing substantiating information pertaining to a nonconformance occurrence. And corrective action: a planned set of arrangements, when properly and thoroughly implemented, eliminate the possibility of nonconformance reoccurrence. Disposition: an instruction that determines how a nonconforming material will be used. For example, reworked, use as is, scrap, or return to vendor. Defect: a product's or service's non-fulfillment of an intended requirement or reasonable expectation for use. Defective: a non-conforming unit, a unit of product that contains one or more defects with respect to the quality characteristics. Product generally meets specified requirements, yet does not function as intended or meet quality expectations. Effectiveness: the determination of how a planned set of actions realize a desired effect. API Specification Q1, the American Petroleum Institute's Quality Management System specification, based on the ISO 9001 with additional requirements. ISO 9001, International Organization of Standards Quality Management System requirements. ISO/IEC 879-34, Application of Quality Management Systems, requirements for manufacture of equipment for explosive atmospheres. Now let's take a look at some examples of nonconformities. For product: a regulator failure during function test. Subseals do not fit into a fixed plate. Accumulator leaks from fluid port during pressure test. Remote panel not fabricated to specified drawing. Product painted with a 2-coat system when a 3-coat system was specified. And a Venti White Mocha Frappuccino double blended ordered, but supplied a Venti White Mocha Frappuccino decaf. For process: purchase order does not adequately describe product. Receiving inspection for machine parts not accomplished. Drawings released without proper approval. Product not tested in accordance with planned arrangements. Release of product not accomplished. Or customer property not processed in accordance with procedures. For service: result of product and/or process. Commissioning not done in accordance with procedures. Refurbishment accomplished with no verification testing. Traceability of components, refurb, not maintained, process. NCR, CAR, and PAR. For the purpose of the organization's operations, the following definitions apply for processing NCR, CAR, and PAR. Nonconformance report, NCR. Failure has already occurred and root cause is unknown. Corrective action report, CAR. Failure has already occurred and the root cause may be known. Preventive action report, failure has not occurred, but it is suspected that a failure will occur if current conditions continue. Processing the NCR. The organization uses an electronic quality management system, or EQMS, to process all things related to quality, including nonconformance reporting. QISS is the web-based EQMS program used to maintain quality management system requirements. QISS provides a documented approach to processing each step of the NCR process. Now we'll take a look at how the EQMS process works. A nonconformity has occurred. Step 1. Initiate the NCR. Simply log into QISS. Click on the NCR link. This will access the NCR options page. Click on the Initiate NCR option. This will access a more detailed NCR options page. Now we will provide more NCR details. The NCR number is automatically generated. This number will be used throughout the entire NCR management process. Next, for the title. A brief identifier for the nonconformity occurrence. Always include project number in the title if applicable. A good example is 120-120, annular regulator failure. A bad example is regulator don't work. Enter the date of the nonconformity occurrence. Next, enter the department where the nonconformity occurred, or where the nonconformity was discovered. Next, we'll identify an action source for the NCR. Was it internal? Did this happen with a CAD product or process? Customer. Is this from a customer complaint or a concern? And supplier. Product supplied by a vendor that did not work as intended or failed. Select an NCR category. You can choose from field, a nonconformity occurred at a customer location, a process failed to accomplish set goals or wasn't followed. Product, CAD, nonconformity occurred during CAD product realization process. Product vendor supplied product that failed or did not operate as intended. Now select the option that best describes the type of failure. Types of failure include delivery date exceeded requirements, a drawing error, failed customer inspection, failed in-process testing, failed to fit, router error, are just a few examples. Specification or requirement. Requirement is noted in quality management system standards, whichever they may be. This can include failed process inspection, failed product verification testing, Next, input the actual result. What was the actual nonconformance measured against? For example, a failure occurred during the FAT, QMSP 8.2.4-003. Or, example 2, did not meet requirements as stated in PO numbers 60009. Next, please provide a complete description of the nonconformity. This is perhaps the most important input of the nonconformance process. For example, while conducting the FAT for control system 120-120, the annular regulator leaked back into the reservoir at 1500 psi. Function regulator from 1500 to 0 psi and back to 750. No leak. Regulator pressured back up to 1500 psi and the leak returned. Next, you'll be able to upload documents to support the nonconformance. This feature allows the initiator to upload supporting documentation for the nonconformance. Note, this feature only allows for one document to be uploaded. Combine documents prior to upload if multiple documents are needed to adequately describe the nonconformance. Once all the details have been entered for the nonconformance, press the Initiate button and the NCR will be sent to the NCR manager for review and approval. Once the NCR is initiated, it goes to the NCR manager or appointed representative for review and approval. At this point, the NCR manager has three options. Approve and assign. This will be the individual responsible for processing the NCR to closure. Assign to MRB, or Management Review Board. The Management Review Board are the individuals selected by the NCR manager to obtain further information on the nonconformity. Or disapprove. This function is only used when the NCR is not a valid nonconformity. This also gives the NCR manager the option to solicit more information in support of the nonconformity. Let's take a look at the NCR process. The NCR is approved. It goes to the MRB for their responses. The responses are then evaluated, and a proposed corrective action put in place. There's a review of the proposed action, an implementation of the corrective action, verification of implementation, and then the verification of effectiveness of the corrective action. The NCR process focuses on the following: identification of nonconformity, determination of root cause, implementation of corrective action to eliminate the possibility of nonconformity reoccurrence, and the effectiveness of the corrective action. The following slides outline some key points for an NCR management. An NCR should be initiated anytime a product, process, or service does not conform to specified requirements. The root cause analysis will guide the process towards final disposition and effective corrective action. There are generally four things to consider for each NCR. Number 1. Start with a solid problem statement. Include who, what, where, and when. Avoid cluttering the issue with unnecessary details. Avoid opinions as to the cause of the nonconformity. Include only the facts about the current nonconformance occurrence, and include the requirement expected result the product or service did not fulfill. Number 2. Start the investigation process as early as possible. The goal is a quick yet effective resolution. Starting early keeps the facts about the nonconformance current and not influenced by time, for example, forgotten details or elaboration. And then finally, the earlier the process starts, the earlier the possibility of reoccurrence is eliminated. Number 3. Consider all possibilities when determining root cause. MRB input is critical to determining actual root cause. Idea sharing may reveal potentially undeveloped or unconsidered thought processes. Avoid premature conclusions, and there may be more than one root cause. Consider lowest level of multiple processes. And finally, number 4, verify that the corrective action is effective. Don't rely on one person to make the determination on effectiveness. Question: did the occurrence become an isolated instance? Effective, or did it reoccur? Ineffective. Communicate results within the organization. When people know the details, they are more willing to offer input with potential positive effects. They begin to see nonconformance with more detail, which in turn may turn an NCR into a preventive action. We hope you enjoyed the Quality Management System presentation, Nonconformance Reporting. It's now time to take the 15-question quiz.